Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Story Time with Abu. There are a few people who are going to tune in, so we'll just wait for them. Alhamdulillah, through the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we've already done the story of Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, and for the last couple of days we've been doing the story of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. And the reason we chose the story of Musa alayhi salam, because after Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, in Egypt, the next prophet to come was Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. Hence the reason we chose the story of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. Inshallah, we will carry on. We'll just wait a couple of minutes for those who got Maghrib to read. Inshallah, after performing the Maghrib, inshallah they'll be tuning in. So we'll just wait a couple of minutes, inshallah. So for those who were present yesterday, where we left off from in the story of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam was, if you remember, Musa alayhi salatu wasalam lived in Madian for 10 years with Shu'aib alayhi salam, and in Madian Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam got married, and according to some books he had 2 children whilst living in Madian. After the 10 years had finished, Musa alayhi salatu wasalam had a desire to see his family in Egypt. So Musa alayhi salatu wasalam asked Shu'aib alayhi salam that, am I allowed to leave Madian and travel to Egypt so that I can see my family? That's where I was born. Shu'aib alayhi salatu wasalam gave the permission, and Musa alayhi salatu wasalam with his wife, they took a few animals and their children. They set off to go to Egypt. And whilst they were traveling to Egypt, according to some books, they got lost, and Musa alayhi salatu wasalam wanted to take some advice from people who were there as to which route to take to Egypt. So Musa alayhi salatu wasalam told his wife, you stay here, let me go and find someone who will tell me which route to take. And Musa alayhi salatu wasalam from a very far distance saw a light, saw like a fire burning. So Musa alayhi salatu wasalam thought to himself, maybe someone will be there next to that fire. So Musa alayhi salatu wasalam told his family that you lot stay here, let me go at that distance where I can see some light, some fire, and let me go and ask whoever there will be over there regarding the route to Egypt. So Musa alayhi salatu wasalam goes towards that path, and as he reaches near that light, he realizes that there's no fire here, it's a light, and that light was emitting from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at that moment of time spoke to Musa alayhi salatu wasalam that, O Musa, take out فَخْلَعْنَا عَلَيْكِ إِنَّكَ بِالْوَادِ, that, O Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, I am Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I am giving you prophethood. And from that day, Musa, who was a normal person, became a prophet. He became a prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke to him, and like we mentioned yesterday, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him 2 special powers. And special power, if they are given to a prophet, what are they called? Yeah, they're called mu'jiza. Mu'jiza. So one special power he was given was when he used to put his hand under his arm, and when he used to take it out, he used to light very bright. And the other special power which was given was, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to Musa alayhi salam, O Musa, throw that stick on the floor. Musa alayhi salam had a stick in his hand. He threw it on the floor, and immediately it turned into a snake. Musa alayhi salam got really scared. That what's happened? That it was a normal stick and it's turned into a snake, and a huge snake. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, don't be scared. Don't be scared, O Musa. Now pick it up. How can I pick the snake up? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, O Musa, I will turn that snake back to that same stick which you had. So Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, as soon as he picked that snake up, it turned into a stick. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to Musa, "Oh Musa, now go. Your first job, your first task is go to Pharaoh and tell him that he is not Lord, but Allah is only one." Now Musa alayhi salatu wasalam had a stuttering problem. If you remember from the story, he put the charcoal in his mouth, and because of that he couldn't talk. There was a stuttering problem. So he made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, "Oh Allah, please, Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli." This is a dua which he made, that make this task easy for me, O Allah. And O Allah, please don't send me alone to Pharaoh. Please give my brother this partnership with me so that we go together to Pharaoh. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Okay, Musa alayhi salam, don't go alone, go with your brother Harun." So Harun became a prophet as well, because Musa alayhi salam asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for Harun to help him in his task. So this is where we left off from yesterday. So Musa alayhi salatu wasalam now, with his family, he's gone back to meet his parents. And then over there, because if you remember, 10 years had lapsed. After talking to his family, he went to his brother Harun, and he said to Harun, "Oh Harun, I have become a prophet, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told me that us both as brothers, we should go and talk to Pharaoh." So they set off to go to the palace of Pharaoh, to that same palace where Musa alayhi salam had lived, to that same palace where Musa alayhi salatu wasalam had left because of being scared of what Pharaoh would do to him. So they went, Musa alayhi salam and Harun, they went up to the courtyard, they opened the door, they were inside, and there on the throne was Pharaoh sitting. That Pharaoh who would say that I am Lord, I have got the control of the world, I control everything, I am not just the Lord, I am the biggest Lord. Could you imagine him sat there? And Musa alayhi salam and Harun, they enter the room. As soon as Musa alayhi salam and Harun alayhi salam enters the room, Pharaoh recognizes. And Musa alayhi salatu wasalam now speaks to Pharaoh. Musa alayhi salatu wasalam says to Pharaoh, "Oh Pharaoh, start believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." Pharaoh gets really angry. Who are you to tell me to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Then Pharaoh says, "Who is your Lord?" Musa alayhi salatu wasalam says, "My Lord is Allah, who's created everything." And a discussion starts happening. Pharaoh is asking questions. Musa alayhi salam is answering all the questions which Pharaoh is putting forward. And then Pharaoh tells Musa, "Oh Musa, how dare you talk to me like that? You are the one who stayed in this palace." Musa alayhi salatu wasalam replies, "Oh Pharaoh, how dare you ask me that question? I only stayed in this palace because of your law, because of your rule, because of you killing all the boys. Had you not killed all the boys, I would not have ended up here." And they had a discussion. And Pharaoh wasn't listening to Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. He was just blurting out accusation against Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. And then Pharaoh said, "I will imprison you, I will put you into jail." Musa alayhi salatu wasalam said, "Look, Pharaoh, I can prove it to you that I am a prophet of Allah. I can prove it." So Pharaoh said, "Show me, what's your proof?" So Musa alayhi salatu wasalam got that stick, if you remember, got that stick, and he threw it on the floor, and it turned into a big snake. And then Musa alayhi salatu wasalam picked that snake up, and it turned into a stick. "Look, Pharaoh, look, what this special power was given to me by Allah. This is a mu'jiza to prove to you, O Pharaoh, that I am a prophet. So now, O Pharaoh, believe in me as a prophet, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as one." Pharaoh said, no way, I am not going to believe you. Pharaoh said, you're a magician. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call all the magicians of Egypt, and we're going to have a match. We're going to see you throw your stick on the floor and turn into snake, and I am going to bring all the magicians of Egypt, and they are going to do the same. So Musa alayhi salatu said, okay then, do it. Call all the magicians of Egypt. So Pharaoh said, okay. So a date was fixed. So on this particular day, we're going to have a challenge. On one side will be Musa alayhi salam. On the other side, I am going to bring all the magicians of Egypt. And then we'll have a contest, we'll have a challenge, and we'll see who wins on that day. In Egypt, they had never seen like this. Everyone gathered on that particular day to see this challenge. All the magicians, top magicians were called to the courtyard of Pharaoh. Pharaoh called all the magicians and said, oh magicians, come here in my courtyard. I have called you all because I want you to go in front of Musa and challenge him. All the magicians, and they got together and they said, yes, Pharaoh, we are ready for the challenge. So a big crowd gathered, and there was cage around, because obviously snakes, they didn't want the snakes to go out, so a cage was built around, and everyone came from the city to see this challenge. Pharaoh came and he sat, and he said to the magicians, oh magicians, you lot come here on this side. And then on the other side came Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. So on one side there's Musa alayhi salam, on the other side all the magicians of Egypt, and in the middle, looking at all this, was Pharaoh, and around all the people of Egypt looking at this match. Who is going to win today? Is it Musa alayhi salam who's going to win, or is it the magicians of Pharaoh who's going to win? And people were talking because no one knew who was going to win. Some people were saying Musa alayhi salam will win. Some people were saying that the magicians will win. So Musa alayhi salatu wasalam entered. The magicians, they entered. The magicians, they asked Musa, oh Musa, do you want to throw that stick on the floor first, or shall we throw our sticks and our ropes on the floor? Musa alayhi salatu wasalam said, you lot do it first. Show me. Throw your sticks on the floor and show me if it turns into snake. So all the magicians, they got their stick and they threw it on the floor, and it turned into small snakes and started hissing, and everyone was like, oh look, the magicians are going to win today. The magicians, look at all the snakes on the floor. The magicians are going to win. Now Musa alayhi salam got scared. What will happen now? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to Musa, oh Musa, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Now it's your turn. Throw your stick on the floor. Musa alayhi salam got that stick and he threw it on the floor. As soon as that stick hit the floor, it turned into a big, huge snake. And you know what the snake did? It ate up all the small snakes. He ate all the snakes. And Musa alayhi salatu wasalam picked that snake up and it turned into a stick. And everyone was shocked. The Musa alayhi salatu wasalam's stick not only turned into a snake, but it ate up all the other snakes. And Musa alayhi salam won the challenge. You know, the Egyptian magicians which were there, they immediately realized that, you know, this person, Musa, is not a normal person. He has to be a prophet of Allah, because no one can do this. Only a prophet can do this. So you know, all the magicians who came to challenge Musa, you know what they did? They went into prostration and they said, oh Musa, we believe in you. The magicians, They said this, "Oh Musa, we believe in you as a prophet and we believe in Allah." Pharaoh, who was sat there, he got so wound up and he got so angry. He said to the Egyptians, "Oh magicians, what have you done? Not only you've lost, but you've accepted Musa alayhi salam as a prophet. I am going to kill you." And then he said to the magicians, "Oh magicians, you've become a Muslim. I am going to cut you up." The magicians, they said to Fir'aun, "Oh Fir'aun, this Musa is not a normal Musa. He is a prophet of Allah. Because only a prophet can do that. That a stick turns into a snake and he eats up all the snakes. No human can do this. Only a prophet can do this. Therefore we have become a Muslim. And oh Fir'aun, you can kill us. You can cut. You can do anything to us. But we are not going to move away. We are going to believe in Musa alayhi salatu wassalam." And guess what? These Egyptians, magicians, they became Muslim. Fir'aun got really, really angry. The contest was finished and everyone realized that Musa alayhi salam had won, and everyone left. And everyone found out that Musa alayhi salatu wasalam won that challenge today. Fir'aun went back to his palace and he got really angry, really angry. Could you imagine that everyone found out that Fir'aun has won? No, sorry, Musa alayhi salam has won. He got really angry. He said to his people, "Oh my people, oh Egyptian people, oh my advisors, from today we are going to torture. We are going to find out where these people are. Whoever is believing in Musa alayhi salam, we're gonna find them, we're gonna torture them, we are going to make their life miserable in Egypt." So that's what Fir'aun did. He put soldiers in Egypt and they were finding out that who has believed in Musa, who has become a Muslim, and whoever became a Muslim, torture them, make them life miserable. Musa alayhi salatu wassalam lived in Egypt, but again under the rulership of Fir'aun, life became really miserable and people were suffering because of Fir'aun. Then one day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to Musa, "Oh Musa, I think it is the time for you to leave Egypt. Oh Musa, what I want you to do is gather all the Muslims, all the Banu Israel who have accepted Islam. Gather all of them and move away from Egypt. Leave Egypt." So Musa alayhi salatu wasalam told his brother Harun and went to all the Banu Israel people and said, "Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded me that we should leave Egypt. So come on." So on one particular night, all the Banu Israel got together, and that one night they all left to leave Egypt quietly, so that Fir'aun and his soldiers don't find out. So quietly, tiptoeing, they quietly, secretly, they started their journey to leave Egypt. Slowly, they're leaving Egypt slowly, as if so that no one finds out. And guess what? Guess what happens? Yes, you are right. Fir'aun finds out. Someone tells Fir'aun, "Oh Fir'aun, do you know what's happening in Egypt?" What? Those people who believed in Musa alayhi salam, they are leaving Egypt. Oh Fir'aun, you will not be able to do anything to them because they are going to leave Egypt. Fir'aun said, "What on earth are you saying?" "We are going to march behind them. We are going to run behind them and we're going to catch them." So Fir'aun got his soldiers ready. All his horses and animals and soldiers were ready, and they went galloping. So Musa alayhi salam and his people, they're going slowly, and behind, who is behind? Fir'aun and his army galloping. And now what happens? Musa alayhi salatu wasalam and his people, they're walking, and guess what happens? In front of them there's water. In front of them, water. What does that mean? They can't move forward. And guess what? They look back. Because now they can't move forward, so they're looking back. They look back, and who do they see? Pharaoh and his army galloping. So Musa alayhi salam and his people are in the middle. Pharaoh and his army is behind, galloping, reaching Musa alayhi salam and his people. And what's in front? Water. And the people, they tell Musa, "Oh Musa, what have you done? You've made us come here. We're stuck here, oh Musa. You're the one who told us that we should leave Egypt. But what have you done, oh Musa? We are going to get killed now because we can't move forward because there's water. We can't move backwards because Pharaoh and his army is coming. Oh Musa, what shall we do?" Musa alayhi salatu wasalam prayed to Allah, "Oh Allah, please save us. Oh Allah, please save us." And inshallah, what happens after this, inshallah, we will continue tomorrow. Inshallah. The Pharaoh is galloping. Musa alayhi salam and Banu Israel are in the middle, and there's water in front. What happens? Do the Banu Israel get killed? Does Pharaoh kill all them? Or does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save Musa alayhi salam? What happens? Inshallah, we will carry on. Inshallah, tomorrow, Thursday, inshallah. And inshallah, we will try to finish the story of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, inshallah. So this was a brief story of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. Again, the lesson learnt from the story of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, first of all, was, as we mentioned yesterday as well, that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Musa, "Oh Musa, you need to go to Pharaoh," what did Musa alayhi salatu wasalam do? He prayed to Allah and he made dua. "Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri yafqahu qawli." Scholar states that whenever you have a task to do, whenever you sit down to read your sabak and you're finding it hard or anything, read this dua. Inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make it easy. The other lesson which we can learn is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to Musa alayhi salam that go to Pharaoh and talk to him nicely. Who is saying? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling who? Musa alayhi salam to talk to who nicely? Pharaoh. To who? To that person who is saying, "I am a Lord." This shows us that as Muslims, when we talk to someone, we should always talk nicely. We should never get angry. Never get angry and talk, because when we talk in anger, then we can't think properly, and then we say things that we should never have said. This is why we should never speak when we're angry. When we're angry, what should we do? If we're stood up, sit down. If we're sat down, lie down. If we're angry, then get a glass of water and drink that water so it cools us down. When we're angry, read A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Because remember, whenever we're angry and we do anything in anger, then that happens without us thinking. And when we don't think, then we can do anything. We can hurt someone, we can say something and hurt someone with our tongue, hurt someone with our hands. So this is why anger is really bad. So always when we're talking to someone, talk in a nice, gentle tone. So this was one of the other lessons which we learned from the story of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. With these two lessons, inshallah, we conclude, and inshallah tune in tomorrow and we will finish off the story of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah.